It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. And it's all up next.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And you'd think as a young QB there'd be some nerves leading an offense out to start a game, but haven't seen any sign of them right now. And speaking with him earlier this week, sensed that the pressure wouldn't get to him. He feels comfortable being the face of this offense and shouldering the expectations on game day, even if he doesn't quite have the years of experience other quarterbacks do.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. An inside give to Jones. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run. 39 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. Slant route, and he's got Addison. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
To your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Defense. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Trying the power game with Ham. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Leading them out is their 6'2 quarterback who was a fourth-round pick back in 2012, Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a fourth-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. Shifts by him. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a first down. Off the play fake, Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it complete.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Jordan Addison, 55 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Now for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McLeod. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
A first down throw for Cousins. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. Robinson up the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Watching that play unfold, watching him complete it, brought back memories of doing all these pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack, and to stop him short of the first.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it as we resume action. Here's Koo to kick it off. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jordan Addison in the offense out for another drive. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Off play action. McCarthy. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it will be Falcon football. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 2nd and 9 from the 44. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. Play fake. Cousins. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Cousins to throw it. And complete to Drake London. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good time.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Following the fumble recovery, McCarthy. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And they've got it right across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On 1st and 10, McCarthy. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw on 3rd down, McCarthy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. Off the play fake, McCarthy. Looking for Addison again, and he's got him again. Touchdown! Jordan Addison with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are able to add on to that lead. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. Well, let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few.
Puts it on the carpet, it's angled.
And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw there complete to Mooney.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Cousins' throw taken in by London.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On play action, Cousins.
This pass is caught by London.
A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Final play of the half, Cousins. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
And what did we talk about back prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now.
By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game starting the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slip becomes even more slip if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Throwing is Cousins.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Jordan Addison back out now as the Vikings offense set to take possession.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Justin Jefferson
with an amazing diving catch.
And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, Big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
19 yards there on the catch and run. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot. To have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. On 3rd down, McCarthy escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They'll try and sneak it here, and he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Now Jones. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Jones again.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Aaron Jones.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Ray McLeod to return.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Yards there and a Falcon first down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Algier. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. To throw, Cousins. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he bangs it home. It makes it now 35-13 our score. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Cousins now. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. Facing this 4th-quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule, trying to get 4 downs on 1st down, they did that plus 3.
The give is to Jones. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Well, Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.